Hey Aquarius, welcome back to the Guiding Chariot and welcome to your Cancer season reading. Alright, my lovelies. We're going to jump right into it because these readings have been on the longer side. Some of them actually double the length I normally try to keep my readings, so brace yourselves, my lovelies. As always, house will still apply. General reading for all Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Cross watchers, you are also welcome. My only ask, take these messages as they resonate. High Priestess, coming out right out of the gate. Alright, so definitely intuition going to be very strong for you. Make sure you are listening. Make sure you are paying attention. You're going to be feeling a lot of things. Intuitive hits are going to be coming through. 10 of Cups. Happily ever after on the mind. Love that, Aquas. So, calm down. Ooh. I'm not going to take it as part of your reading, but we are going to talk about this. Ooh, this is going to be sensitive. Okay, so, before I say this, Aquas, if this doesn't resonate, don't pay attention to it. Because like I said, if it doesn't make sense, isn't yours, leave it on the table. Because I don't think this is going to be for all of you. This 7 of Swords. Let me talk about the 10 of Cups first. We'll come back to this. So this 10 of Cups, like I said, envisioning. I don't necessarily think you guys are living in your 10 of Cups just yet. That doesn't mean where you are is bad. I'm not saying that. But I think this High Priestess is really giving you nudges and alignments and helping you to manifest your 10 of Cups. Okay? So this is great. We got 10 of Cups in the brain. We love that. The reason I say you're not in it, some of you, I think, are dealing with a little bit of a 7 of Swords energy. Someone might have told you, I'm going to give you this. Yep, I totally want this. This is going to be a thing. That person may not be necessarily prepared to give that to you. Okay? Again, that's some of you, not all of you. But just the fact that that card slid out, I'm going to throw that in there. I'm going to leave that there. If it comes up again, we will go further, but just as a heads up for that. But this honestly is good, because honestly, you're envisioning what this 10 of Cups... Stop it. We want these. We're going to take them. Okay? Okay, now we're getting really chatty. Are we taking all of those? We're taking all of those. We're fully taking all of those. Okay, we're going to do them in order. These are coming out last. These came out first. So, actually, we're going to do those together. Hello. So... what did I say? We're envisioning 10 of Cups. And here we have Page of Wands, Spark of Inspiration, Divine Light, Guidance. Also New Beginning, we're talking about pages. And Ace of Cups, New Love. Now, I will say, for most of you out there, yes, we are talking about relationships, emotional happiness, and contentment. I don't know why my tone got so matter of fact right there. I feel like I'm like on a soapbox preaching to you, and I don't mean to. I'm so sorry. But for most of you, I think, honestly, and this is, you know, for those of you who don't know, I'm a Cancer. I am the first person to fall for all the emotional, mushy-gushy things. I want to believe this is true love as much as the next person. But honestly, for most of you, when I look at this, especially coming out with the Page of Wands, this is self-love, right? This is protecting, harnessing, and encouraging your own divine light and your own spark, right? Now, does that mean it can't be both? Self-love and true love? Of course not. Self-love. Definite. True love. Possible. Is what I'm going to leave there. But with you envisioning this 10 of Cups, that is helping to manifest and bring this in. I think for a lot of you, there is going to be a bit of an aha moment or a realization on what either could or needs to or must change to get you from where you are now into the 10 of Cups. I don't know where that came from. But this Page of Wands is that clicking moment inside of you. That's that part of you that gets activated. And I think a big part of that click is going to be connected to the Ace of Cups, right? How you show self-love, how you take care of your own well-being, your emotional well-being for sure, right? Not letting others take that from you. Center of the deck, it's the Star, it's your card. Look at you showing up in the center of your reading. So again, tying it back to you. This season, this Cancer season, is about you. It's about checking in with that emotional body. It's about reconnecting with that part of you that really is your core, right? What is it you need to be happy? What is it that feels like 10 of Cups to you? And not only what feels like it, then how do you maintain it, right? Because we want you to stay in that vibe, right? So your High Priestess, your intuition, hands down, working as your inner compass right now, really trying to steer you forward, okay? We've got the Magician card in the reverse. Now this can speak to you being out of sorts, right? Because upright, Magician is you exercising your will, being in full control of the elements, you know, and you are a big part of this season, right? The focus really is on you, you know, what your surroundings are, what your environment is, how you feel there, how you feel about yourself, how you feel in relationships, you know, are you content with your, you know, current standing, right? Whether it's relationships, whether it's jobs and career, whether it's home, whatever it is. Big focus on you right now, Aquas. So for some of you, there might be an imbalance that we're working to correct with this Magician card in the reverse. But also, Magician card in reverse can speak to some shady. So this could be that Seven of Swords energy. Someone might have a trick up their sleeve, right? And I don't want to make this person seem incredibly malicious, like they're doing it on purpose, but they may have overpromised and literally cannot deliver on the promise, right? So you have to be completely aware this season, completely aware, which can be exhausting because that means you have to guess and assume everyone's intentions and motives. That's exhausting. That's no fun. But that's why the focus is you, doing what you feel is right, what makes you happy, and what feels in alignment. Because if you really do have this shady Magician in your life right now, your High Priestess is literally right there and be like, oh, you wonder why you feel Uji right now? Because you're with the Uji one. Because you're with the Uji one. That's why I'm making you feel Uji. Pay attention. Like, that's literally what that is. Okay? Again, I'm trying to get off that soapbox because otherwise I'm like, and again, that won't be for all of you, so I don't want to give that to everyone. But those of you it's for, you know who you are. So take it as it comes. Oh my God. Didn't even see you under there. We're going to talk about him. All right. So you have here the Temperance card. This is the card for Sagittarius. So maybe you're dealing with a Sagittarius, someone with strong Sagittarius placements. Not a definite or even a must. But Temperance card is a card of patience, but it's a card of divine timing and divine intervention. Hello. Did we not just talk about your higher self talking to you? So definitely the divine is stepping in on your behalf to help with your alignment, help with this self-awareness. Capricorn, the sign right before you, also had a big theme of self-awareness coming in that reading. If you are a cuspy, so if you're at the beginning of Aqua season, you may want to check out that reading. It is a very long one. I think that reading, I just filmed it, so I haven't edited it, but I'm sure it's going to be over 40 minutes. It's going to be a doozy. So you may not resonate with all of that, but you may feel, if you have strong Cappy placements, like I said, if you're a cuspy, might be worth checking out for you. Just saying. But to me, this Temperance card really is the divine stepping in for you. There's a lot of divine intervention happening for you right now, which is great. We love that. Trust that process for sure. And I say that because I think some of you, the divine intervention may not be what you had planned. It may not even be what you had originally desired, right? Because sometimes divine intervention is removing something. It's getting rid of an obstacle. So let's use this shady Magician as an example. You know, they may be really good at keeping their little shady bits under wraps. They might not even know the shady bits exist in themselves, right? So everything looks hunky-dory. The divine intervention may be some way to like take this person out of the equation. When your dream, you think at the moment, is to have this person step up to the plate, right? Or, you know, I'm so happy the way things are. This is great. Stay here. Divine is like, it's not that good, baby. I'm gonna just sweep this and make space for better, or free you up before shit gets crazy. Like, we never know. So all I'm saying with this, trust the process. It may not look like what you want or what you expect, but I guarantee you it is what you need. I also feel like you may not actually know the what, like the actual what this thing is and what the intervention is, but I will say it coming up underneath the High Priestess and High Priestess showing up so prominently, I feel like you're already kind of going to know it's coming. Like as the moment is going to happen, you're kind of already like, you were like prepped. intuitively you were pre-prepped, this is coming, someone's going to say a thing, or you know something's going to happen with this person, or you feel tension building, or you feel this anticipation of something, you're going to know what's coming. It's not going to be, you're not going to be completely blindsided. Like I said, you may be surprised by what the thing actually is, but you're kind of like, well, I knew something was going to happen like that, or something was going to happen with this person. You may not expect it, but you knew something was coming. So in a way, you're going to be braced for it. You have this King of Cups showing up. And actually, King of Cups also showed up in the Cap reading. The reason I got kind of like, ooh, with this particular energy. Now, it is in the upright, so it is a nice positive energy. This is someone who feels all the things. Emotions are deep and genuine and real. They feel it. They are open to it. They're receptive to it. Hold on. Sorry, baby. Sorry, Kitty was on the bed. All of that is real, right? The problem with this King of Cups, I actually may... Actually, no, we'll do it. We'll do it with the other deck, so it's fine. Never mind. I won't do it different. The thing with this King of Cups, especially now that, like, since we already have this Magician on the board already, the thing with this King of Cups, he may not be communicating everything. Now, sometimes this isn't that bad. Like, sometimes it's, you know, this person's in all the feels, but doesn't, you know, isn't very forward with admitting it, right? So this would be, I always use the example of Patrick Swayze in Ghost, right? Every time Molly said, I love you, his response was ditto, right? But to him, that was communicating, I love you, right? You know, to the rest of the outside world, we're like, you dickhead, like, say you love her, how dare you? You know what I mean? So, for some, that may be the extent of that. You know, and again, for others, this may be someone who has maybe not necessarily ulterior motives, right? Because the Magician can be a bit of a trickster, so that may be in there, but I don't want to make this sound so, like, doom and gloomy, especially because we don't really have other negative cards. So I don't want to lead you down that route, and that's really not what's coming up. It's just a possibility. But this could be, like I said, someone who overpromised because they really want these things, they feel these things, they desire these things, but they may have promised more than they are actually capable of delivering. And for some of them, they may be feeling these doubts, or they may even have some concerns, but they're not voicing them. The problem there is if we don't talk about it, we can't do anything about it, right? Because it's almost like this energy is behaving in a certain way to either hide things or mask things, whether they don't want this person to know, this person being you, or maybe they can't accept it in themselves. That'll show up however, right? But not talking about it never allows it to be fixed, healed, or addressed, right? So whether they're purposely hiding it, or whether they just don't want to admit it, or aren't understanding of it, or don't perceive it to be an issue, the fact that they don't bring it up, or the fact they're not willing to talk about it, could lead to problems down the road. Hence the divine intervention. Hence your intuition needing to be super on point, because you're trying to figure out what this King of Cups isn't saying. Okay? Again, sorry, I went into the preachy mode. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're going to get this last little bit filled in, and then we're going to go through clarifiers. We're definitely going to spend some extra time with this King of Cups, because I definitely want to know what's going on with him. Nope. Okay, you know what? We're going to take both of those. Even though it's one spot. Stop it. I don't want to do that. Okay, well, like I said, you may not expect it, but you know something's coming. Here you get the Tower card. So, I know, a lot of people don't like the Tower card. I've seen many readings where it's actually a good thing. Tower card fundamentally is just about change and unexpected surprises. And also swift, right? It kind of just happens, like a bolt of lightning. Doesn't have to be necessarily bad, doesn't have to be painful. So please don't think Cancer season's going to be a mess. And honestly, it's coming out with the Eight of Pentacles, which is a card of minding your own business. Do what you need to do. Do your own work. Again, the main theme of your reading is you. Are you serving your highest good? Are you serving your purpose? Are you doing what serves you and makes you happy and makes you feel fulfilled? Again, are you doing what feels like your 10 of Cups? If not, this is where that divine intervention comes in and is like, well, you know what? This isn't serving you. This isn't in your highest good. Down the road, I see you're not going to enjoy it, or I can already tell you're not enjoying it now. So let me just clean sweep this out of your reality. That's definitely a thing universe will do. Yep. Bottom of the deck at the end of this reading is the Ace of Swords. Truth, clarity, and understanding. All right, my loves. All right, thank you, Aquas. Oh, really needed that. Really needed that water, it turns out. All right, my loves. Okay. Let's get into clarifying. Oh. Okay. Did not waste any time. Okay. We're going to start with this first guy. Moon card coming out on the High Priestess. So could be dealing with a Pisces. For sure. 2 cards definitely connected to the sign of Pisces. Moon card is also about secrets, right? Things that are done in shadow. Mystery. Right? Things done in the dark. So your intuition definitely trying to guide you and push you to understand things that are not being easily shown or portrayed, or, you know, that are being laid out on the table. So when I started and said trust your intuition, Aquas. We've got this 5 of Wands. Yes, love this. Okay, sorry, got super excited. So I have this 5 of Wands showing up with the 10 of Cups. 5 of Wands to me is always internal conflict. So this is you, like, I thought I was in my 10 of Cups. This feels great. There are happy moments, but there's a part of you that has doubts or questions. And again, this month is weighing a lot of those out. So yes, again, be very aware on what this 10 of Cups looks like. How do you maintain it? What are the feelings? If there are doubts, your intuition is giving them to you for a reason. Now, to be completely fair, that doesn't mean every time you have a doubt, dump the whole thing. It's bad. It's evil. No. It's just bringing your awareness to something that, again, needs to be talked about and addressed. Because if we don't, then it becomes a problem, right? So you're going to have to listen to your intuition and what is it telling you, and how severe is the message, right? Because it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, something's wrong. Let me throw this batch out. No, but it just means like, oh, something needs to be adjusted here. What it is, let me process this and dig a little deeper and figure this out. It's literally what is being afforded to you right now, especially with this Moon card coming out. You are doing a lot of detective work right now, okay? You also have the Sun card here, which I love, and it's coming out on top of the Page of Wands. This Sun card is all about life, vitality, action. It's a very, very positive card, okay? So with it coming out on the Page of Wands, this is really you finding that light, finding that passion. Right? It's a very, very powerful card, and as many of you know, most optimistic card in the entire deck. So that makes me super happy to see it coming up on your Page of Wands, because that's the fuel behind your actions and your decision making, right? And it's being fueled by the freaking sun. Way to go, Aquas. On top of this Ace of Cups, 7 of Wands, hell yeah. So this can be a defensive card. I know some people read it as a block and obstacle and all that kind of things. To me, this is you really protecting what's important to you, right? You can see our little Peter Pan man, you know, he's got his 7 wands. He's ready to defend his spot. Like, this is my place. This is my land. I'm going to do what I got to do, right? So a lot of times this card is about other people may have their thoughts and opinions. They maybe even have their own intentions about a situation. But you're like, hey, guess what? This is my life. I'm going to do it my way. This is my happiness. I'm not going to adjust that for nobody. I'm not going to sacrifice that for nobody. I'm also not going to settle for anything less. You know, I make this analogy. It's like, this is my sandbox. If you want to play in my sandbox, these are the rules. So if you play by the rules, cool, come on in. We can totally have fun. If you don't play by the rules, get the freak out, because I ain't going to tolerate that. Okay? So if you're not there, Aqua, you're going to get there real quick. Okay? You're going to get there real quick. I will say, yeah, if you're not there, you're going to get there really quick. Because Aquas, you guys, you do not stand for that. Right? Especially if you are in positive alignment and you're feeling really good about yourself. And being really honest and authentic, babies. That's where you vibe, right? So if you're not there, you're going to get there. Oh, 5 of Chalices, clarifying the star. It's been a hard road for you. It's been a hard road for you. You've gone through a lot of loss and a lot of suffering. Some of you may have even been backstabbed a few times in your past, which makes trusting and makes opening up to this relationship or any relationship a lot harder and a lot more challenging. You got to keep the hope. Got to keep the hope alive. That is literally one of your greatest gifts as an Aquarius. This is you overcoming that 5 of Cups from your past. You may have had more than one also. Look, it's making me sniffle now. Don't make me cry, Aquas. Okay. Oh, all right. You guys keep yelling in chunks. Look at that. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. I knew we were going to talk about you. I knew we were going to talk about you. You little... Oh, you little monkey. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just... Sometimes Spirit's real funny. And this is one of those moments that Spirit felt like he or she wanted to be real funny. Okay, so we've got this Magician card being clarified by the Emperor. Love this when we're talking about relationships, right? We want someone to be our Emperor. Right? And remember, it's not necessarily about gender, so it doesn't have to be a man. But this energy is coming up on this Magician. So you have, it's kind of like, sorry, I'm a Disney dork, so you better get on this Disney train with me. But it's kind of like Jafar trying to be Sultan. Alright? It's kind of that. Doesn't necessarily have to be evil. I still don't want to play that card yet. But this is someone trying to be Emperor. And it's great they're trying. Right? It's not a bad thing. There's definite growth, or at least alignment and some authenticity that has to come in before they really are Emperor. But we're talking about your counterpart. So we're definitely talking about someone who is either in a relationship with you, is trying to start a relationship with you, has confessed, I want to make this happen, or will maybe for some of you. I feel like this is existing already, but could be someone coming in, but I think this is an existing relationship. I'm going to leave that where it is because I'm going to get too cray-cray if I keep going down that road. You have the 3 of Chalices coming up on Temperance. And yes, this is why we're bringing in Divine Intervention, because we want friendship to be involved. We want joy and happiness and celebration to be involved. We are bringing this energy in. This is what Spirit wants for you. And this is why we're stepping in, because that reverse Magician has some learning to do. And then we get to the card clarifying the King of Cups, and it's the Hangman. Oh my God, if this person does not have more learning and more assessments to do. They do not know themselves yet. They are not aware of themselves yet. I am so sorry to call this person out, but I cannot avoid it. I've been biting my lip this whole time, and I can't let this one go. So King of Cups, my lovelies. He's not a bad person. Like I said, his feelings real, his feelings genuine. He's not lying. He is not lying. And when I say he, it's because I'm looking at a king, an emperor, and a magician. Doesn't have to be a man. But he is not there yet with this Hangman. There is definite awareness that he really has to understand. Now, if this came up in reverse, I'd be ecstatic, because that means he's coming out of this shadow work with the enlightenment we need him to have. That would be great. Sorry, I just realized I'm not even holding it in frame. This would be wonderful. Unfortunately, this is what we got. This person has work to do. They are not there yet. So they want it. They want to commit to it. They want to be there. They're just not ready. Or at least they're not able to acknowledge the things that, would get them to that point. Or get the two of you to that point. Especially for those of you where this is new love coming in. Like if you're meeting this person now or meet this person soon. I don't want to say just like be on guard and look for red flags. But again, if things start to happen that take you out of that 10 of Cups vibe and your intuition starts speaking up, that is Spirit. Like, hey, how did you feel about that? How did you feel about that? Is that something you want more of? Because this person, that's what they're going to deliver. be very aware of that kind of feeling, okay? Oh. Bottom of the deck, Lovers, beautiful. Last clarify, since these came out together, I'm gonna clarify them as one. And you have the 9 of Pentacles here. Great card of confidence, clarifying the 8 of Pentacles and the Tower. This shakeup, right, this Tower moment, really is about pushing you into your confidence, pushing you into your, I don't want to say independence, because you're already an independent sign, Aqua. Literally, in my opinion, out of all 12, you are the most independent sign, right? So it's not pushing you, because a lot of people read this as a very solo energy, right? Because it's a self-made, you know, I always joke, and this is the Beyonce card. But, you know, this is, you know, it is an independent energy because it's all about you and your self-confidence and owning and knowing your worth, right? But this card isn't, the ending of this isn't necessarily pushing you to be on your own, but it's pushing you into that strength and awareness of your value, of your worth. It's not your destiny to settle for, you know, a wonky emperor, a weak emperor. It's not your destiny to commit to someone who isn't able to commit to you, or to serve someone who can't serve you, right? That is not your destiny. And quite frankly, and I'm going to say this in a real snarky way, and I don't mean it that way, but you're going to understand what I mean when I say it. You know, it's not, sorry, I can't believe I just did that. But it's, okay, maybe I don't want to say it that way. But frankly, it would be beneath you to come down a few rungs to be on this person's level than it would be to accept who you are and get someone who recognizes that in you, right? This is below you, and that's not right. So that's a big reason why Divine is stepping in to bring this Tower moment, because it's like, baby, you're settling for less. Whether you're aware of that or not, right? Because like I said, for some of you, this could totally feel like the 10 of Cups, but there's some stuff in there that this person doesn't fully understand. And you know, cross-watcher, if you're watching this, this could apply to the Aquarius, right? It just, you're going to have to take it how it resonates and be honest and authentic with yourself, right? So that's going to ask a lot of, you know, either of you that's watching this reading, right? It's going to take a lot of honesty. So, especially if you're the one. But that's also the point of this reading, right? And honestly, that goes either way. Whether it's the counterpart that needs to really be honest and assess what's going on within them and the decisions and behaviors that need to be adjusted here for them to come into alignment, or Aqua, the alignment within you, really knowing your value, your worth, and what serves you, right? What really does your 10 of Cups look like? Does it involve the situations that you've been dealing with in this relationship? And that doesn't mean every relationship is perfect, right? It doesn't mean no one ever fights. But it's how do we handle that? How do we process that? Are we talking about it? Look at that. Support's the first card, and it comes up in reverse. Granted, I'm not reading these cards in reverse, the Oracle cards. But yes, are you feeling supported in this relationship, right? If something comes up, is it being talked about, or is it being swept under the rug? Or are you the only one talking about it, and the other person is like, what? Huh? No? Nah, I don't think so. Right? So, definitely something to be incredibly aware of. The Miracle card connects to the Star, right? Because the Star is all about believing in miracles, expecting the best. That, I think, is more so connecting you to having that faith, not letting that faith go. And, you know, faith is hard to kill. You can't do it very easily. But this is you holding on, especially with it coming up, 1 in the middle of the deck, and 2 being clarified by the 5 of Chalices. You have been through some bullshit. Sorry, excuse my language. But you have. You've been through some rough stuff. And it's easy for that to become heavy and to serve as a burden, right? And then, you know, there's also that pity part of us, which you're not going through. You don't have a 4 of Cups out here. So I'm not calling you out in that aspect. But it's easy for that 5 of Cups energy to bring us down, and then with that 4 of Cups, it's almost like it almost gives us evidence to like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Like, oh my god, yeah, every time I get into a relationship, it just falls apart. Like, I'm just doomed and destined to be treated poorly, and for guys and girls to disappoint me, and like, it just adds fuel to that fire. And the more fuel you get, the harder it is to kind of like, you know, keep your mind from going down that spiral. But literally, that is what you got to do. That's why the universe is giving you Cancer season, to show you what a bomb bitch you are. Like, hello. And then we've got contemplation. So yes, Aqua's for you. That's you really sorting things out and really understanding and owning that perspective. And for the counterpart, I don't know, Aquas, are you watching this with your counterpart? Like, both of you are coming through so strong this reading. More so than in any of the readings I've done, where it's like both people are present in this reading. I don't know if you guys are watching it with this person, or if you have your other person watch it too. I don't know what's going on. But you're both definitely watching this, which is kind of hilarious to me. I hope not together, because one of you is really getting called out. Which I feel like you will find hilarious, Aqua. But anyway, there's definitely contemplation for all involved. Okay? What's being contemplated is different for each. So you're going to have to take that as you will, but definitely a thing. You may find this month is a great time for you to kind of spend maybe a little more alone time than you're used to, or at least make, you know, intentional time for it, to just be with yourself, process things, feel some things out. Maybe you have a meditation practice that you've been not ignoring, but maybe not as consistent with, and it's a great time to really try and make a conscious effort to get back into that. That would serve you very well during Cancer season. Especially Cancer season, because Cancer season really does put us in the feels. And a lot of signs don't like that. Cancer energy can be quite heavy. So maybe even just to get through the season actually might be a good thing for you. Just as a little nod. All right. So you've got Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. This is you being authentic and having grace. Because honestly, I don't want to pull anybody out, or call anybody out. I don't know why that phrase came out. Aquas, you guys are showing up very, very strong this season, which is great. Counterpart has some work to do. Honestly, you guys showing up so strong and you starting out the beginning, really stepping into your own alignment, I think you're kind of going to be the one to really call someone out in this reading, whether this is a counterpart, whether this is maybe just a business relationship or a friendship, whatever it is. I think you're the one that's really going to have to call this person out, because they're either burying their head in the sand or really lack the awareness to see what's going on. You really are going to be the one. So this card is really talking about moving with grace. So you might have to exercise a little compassion. So you might have to take a step back, take a breath before you say anything, so it doesn't come off super sharp and super pointed. Not that you're a super angry and volatile person, right? But I feel like since you're in alignment, you've seen this coming, maybe you've been trying to talk about it, and again, this person just can't seem to get it, or purposely avoids it and doesn't, you know, blah, 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 fill in the blanks. But your actions definitely need to be done swiftly, effectively, authentically, with grace, so they don't just come off as like a karate chop to the neck. Because essentially they are going to be a karate chop to the neck, but, you know, one that we want the person to be receptive to. It's like being in training. Like, you're not actually trying to kill somebody, you're just trying to teach someone the moves. It's kind of what you're doing here, Aqua. And then you also have the Shapeshifter card. I freaking love this card. I love this card. It's definitely one of my favorites in this deck. And to me, this is really your intuition. I know this card talks about shifting and, you know, evolving and moving into many different forms, but this card to me, in this particular reading, is really about tapping into your intuition, especially with High Priestess stepping in so strong right out of the gate. This is you really tapping into your intuitive gifts. This is you really owning it and listening to it. So you gotta pay attention. It makes me think of that song I know it from Sister Act 2, so I doubt it was actually from not there. Like, I'm sure someone released it and they used it in the movie, but that's how I know it. But it's, you know, if you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Like, that's so you. Like, that is, like, you're waking up, you need to pay attention. Not necessarily because you're not going anywhere, but again, it's because you are stepping into alignment. You are stepping into some awesome, awesome gifts. And those gifts are what are helping you deal with this situation. Normally I'll read this as kind of like recent, past, present, and future as we move through Cancer season. So it's like, and because we're already in it, right? So it's kind of like the start, the middle, as we move towards the end. Honestly, your timeline could be all over the place. Some of you, I feel like, already kind of know this is coming, or some of you may already be dealing with this. This is just kind of giving you the map of the scenario, but it doesn't feel time related because you guys could be anywhere on this timeline. I feel like sometimes you're also going to be backing up and going around and moving all over the place. Like, something will happen, you'll have an issue and try to address it, the person doesn't listen, so then you come back to normal and things feel fine, but then it comes up again. So I feel like excuse me, Cancer season, I feel like, is going to have you moving all over the place. I was going to wrap this up, but I feel like we got at least one more coming out. There's something else that needs to be... Oh, nope. There it is. Stop it. Star Ancestor. Hello. Can you read what that says? I hope it'll focus. Follow the voice of your soul. Hi, High Priestess. Hi, High Priestess. So again, tying it all up, intuition on point, intuition serving as your guide. Please pay attention. Not only are you going through an awakening with some intuitive gifts, not only are you healing a relationship and working through some past Five of Cups energy that's messed with your flame, you literally are... Spirit's literally right by you. Next to you, behind you, above you, within you, below you, guiding you through this situation. You need to pay attention. You need to wake up and pay attention, my loves. Whether this is you needing to step into alignment and sort some personal things out, whether this is you owning your worth and your value and making sure the person you're with, because this definitely feels like a relationship, if it's that storyline for you, making sure they are treating you right and treating you the way you deserve and not being a little punk, all right? Oh, Aquas, okay. I'm going to leave that there and wrap up your reading. Beautiful reading. Going to be a great Cancer season for you. May have an intense moments. Walk with grace. Walk with your head up. And the easiest way to do that is to be authentic. Be authentic. All right, my loves. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you coming and supporting my channel, watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to smash that like button. Leave a comment down below. Also, let me know what you'd like to see in the upcoming pick a card reading. I mentioned in previous videos, I'll probably do it based on like what themes I kind of see repeating in a lot of the videos. Relationships have definitely come up in a few, including yours. So that I feel like is kind of leading the pack right now. But feel free to throw in your own ideas and your own desires. And if you're new, welcome. Again, make sure you have that subscribe button and that notification bell on. Best way and most effective way to be notified of when the new readings pop up. I am wishing you the best. Until your next video, take care, stay safe, my lovelies. I will see you in your next reading. Bye, Aquas.